Today we're going to be doing a procedure on how to plant bean seeds. For today we're going to be using different seeds. The same procedure will apply for any. So the procedure we're following today is how to plant bean seeds. Now you notice I've covered two parts up, and they are the subheadings. In this case it'll be materials and steps. You could also use the word method for steps. So let's just add those in. There we go. Okay, so now it's time to follow the procedure. How to plant bean seeds. Now you notice we've got the materials that we need for this experiment: a pot, soil, water, bean seeds, labels, and a waterproof pen. We've already collected all those things, so we've got some pots which I've just made out of old yogurt tins, the water, the soil, we've got the bean seeds, some labels, and a pen. Now you'll notice that I'm not actually following the procedure down to the last exact detail, as I'm using a normal pen and just some normal labels. The reason we use a waterproof pen and waterproof labels when following this procedure in class is we will actually attempt to grow the seeds by watering them each day. And when you water the plants, you'll get a little bit of water on the labels and you don't want the ink to run. Okay, but today we're just showing how to actually follow the procedure, so we don't need the waterproof pen and labels. We are now going to follow the steps of the procedure. So, step 1. First, fill the pot with soil. So I'm going to just put a... Okay, so there's step 1. Step 2, then level the soil neatly with your hand. This is just to give it a flat surface so it's easier to plant the seeds. So we're going to level the soil with our hand. Okay. Step 3. Next, make 3 holes with your finger in the middle of the soil. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Step 4. After that, place 1 bean seed in each hole. So just 1 bean seed at a time into each hole. So 2 and 3. Okay. Then we need to cover the bean seeds with soil. So to do that, I'll just get a little bit more soil. Okay. And I'll just sort of brush that off, level it off a little bit. Okay. Step 6. Following the last step, or following this, water the plant. So often we'd use the spray bottle to water the plant when we're in class, but in this case I'm just going to drop a little bit of water out of a glass, just on top, so just enough. Okay, that should be plenty of water for them. We're up to 7 and 8, so this one doesn't require the planted plant to do. So we're just going to make our labels now. So write your name, date, and green beans with the waterproof pen on the labels. Name, so Mr. Austin. Date, well the date today is the 16th of the 3rd, 2013. And the name of the experiment, which is how to plant bean seeds, or we're just going to call this green beans, because that's what we're using. And then the last step is just to stick the label on the pot. So we'll just stick it onto the side here. Okay, so that way we can remember when we planted it and notice how much the beans grow each day. You'll notice that we followed all these steps in a logical order. Now this is important because if we do things out of order, the procedure won't necessarily work out. For example, if I put the seeds in the pot before I put any dirt in, we'll end up with seeds on the bottom. Then if I still don't put dirt in and I decide to water the seeds beforehand, we'll end up putting too much water in the pot, and the seeds will just either float or sink. And then if I add dirt on top, all we end up with is a bit of a muddy water, and the seeds aren't going to grow in that muddy water. So that's why it's important with a procedure to follow the steps in an order. Now, with most procedures, the steps will either be numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe more, maybe less numbers, depending on the size of the procedure. We'll use what is called time connectives, such as first, then, next, after, following, and lastly. So these are the time connectives that I've used in this procedure. Notice on step 7 I didn't use the time connective. We can also use first, second, third, fourth, fifth as time connectives as well. Another important thing that we need to remember with our procedures, grammatical feature, is the use of action verbs. These are the verbs that tell us what to do. So in this procedure, the action verbs are fill, because I'm filling the pot with soil; level, because I'm leveling the soil with my hand; make, because I'm making 3 holes; place, because I'm placing the seeds in each hole; cover, because I'm covering the seeds with soil; water, because that is what I'm doing to the plant, I'm watering it; write, as I'm writing my name and date on the labels; and stick, because I'm sticking the label onto the pot. So now that you have learned about how to follow a procedure and what happens if you don't follow it correctly, as well as a few of the little grammatical features that are present in most procedures, you will now get a chance to write your own.